That picture was gorgeous. Hey YouTube, I'm Ross Stewart with Stewart Media Digital. Today I'm going to be doing a lens review of the Sony G Master 16-35 2.8 lens. I have it here on my Sony A7R III. So we're going to be walking around and taking some pictures and see what we can do with the lens. So first I'd like to talk to you about build quality and value. This is a very sturdy lens. This is a Sony G Master, so you are gonna get great build quality, great optics, but this lens, it does feel really nice in the hand. The only features on the side of the lens are the autofocus manual focus switch and the focus lock button, which I personally don't have it set to anything. I've got plenty of buttons on the camera itself. Next, the zoom ring feels really nice. It's stiff enough to really lock into the to the focal range that you want without having to worry about it slipping. And of course, like almost all the Sony lenses, it is focused by wire, which I don't prefer, but it still, whenever I shoot video, it still works great. And then value. This is a $2,200 lens. The F4 version is, I believe, $1,300 or $1,400. And then of course, Canon and Nikon have versions that, you know, they've been around longer, they're a little bit cheaper, and there is a great used market for them. So for this lens, I would say the F4 version for $1,400 is gonna be a great option as well. I've never shot with it, but I did toil a long time deciding whether or not to get that one or this one. I ultimately chose this one because I really wanted that one stop of low light performance can be a huge benefit. This one also has almost no vignetting. The barrel distortion exists, but it's not that bad. And I am a full-time working professional, so I just wanted the best in optical quality. If you're a hobbyist, it's really up to you to decide if all of that is worth the extra $800, $900, whatever it may be. Yeah, so let's keep shooting. So something really cool about 16 millimeters is some of the crazy shots you can get. Taking a little video clip right here to show this warped perspective you get from something wide like a 16 millimeter. Can be cool for creative use. I wouldn't use it to shoot events and weddings unless you want to get really funky for some reason. But if you're a filmmaker or you're trying to do some kind of creative shoot, 16 millimeters close up can be really cool. This lens has a great minimum focusing distance, so you can get pretty close to your subject and get those, not quite macro, but still very close up wide angle shots. Something else that's really great about this lens is, and this is true of all wide angle lenses, but 16 millimeters, you can hand hold at very low shutter speeds. Or if you're doing video, for example, here's a quick shot of my videographer. This is completely handheld, and you can see that it seems very steady. And that's a great thing about these wide angles. And right here, I'm gonna add in even a little bit more stabilization in post, and it should look just like a tripod, really locked in. So not a ton of versatility there because it is wide angle, but that is something I really like about the 16 millimeters, is if you can get really close to your subject or whatever you need and you are in a low light situation, you can really drag the shutter. I've even done 1 second hand holding with this lens at 16 millimeters and gotten really sharp, great results. So it is the month of October right now, so we got pumpkins everywhere, trying to get some interesting shots with that. Being the holiday spirits, you know. What I'm about to show you is one of my favorite uses of something like a 16-35. That super wide angle can really give you epic shots. I don't have a model here with me, but we have this nice big canopy arch of trees going down. If we put a subject right in the middle of it, we could get a really cool environmental portrait. But for right now, I'm just gonna show you what a more traditional focal length like 30 looks like, and then compare that to the 16 and show you how much more of the environment you capture and how you can really go for that epic larger than life look. So this is 30, and this is honestly pretty cool. It's a couple weeks before Halloween at the time I'm shooting this. So we got a cool Sleepy Hollow vibe with the canopy of trees. Then we go all the way out to 16, and it makes this walkway look infinitely long almost. It just seems to go on and on forever. So we are back in the studio just to do a quick recap. I absolutely love shooting with this lens. I've owned it for about a year and I've done tons of shoots with it. It has great build quality, great image quality. The 16-35 range is a really good tool to have in your toolkit. If you're interested in this lens or one like it, please check out the links in the description box below and be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks. I want to get a wide angle shot of this squirrel. Seems really preoccupied with that pumpkin. Oh no, come back, squirrel. So as you just saw, if you do want to take wildlife photos with this camera, you've got to be slow, patient, and stealthy.